Good morning everyone. Welcome to morning markets on Monday the 23rd of March. We've seen a weaker open to UK and European markets this morning following weakness that we saw in Asia overnight. I think the main factor that's driving that at this point in time is just the uncertainty that's coming out of the US, and in particular the failure of both the Democrats and the Republicans over the weekend to agree on the size and scale of the package that they would be putting out to stimulate the economy in the face of COVID-19 and the ongoing economic challenges that that's presenting. We know that the package that's being talked about and discussed in the US is significant. $1.3 to $1.9 trillion of a package being put together. Where the sticking points appear to be at this point in time is that the Democrats and Republicans have different perspectives on how the benefits should be structured, and by that I mean how they impact corporate America versus how they also support the population and the working population in the US. So over the course of the next 2 days, it's hoped that the discussions between the Democrats and the Republicans can move forward, and that will allow this stimulus package to be signed off. That is an important thing and something that the market needs to see at this point in time. I think from my perspective, this is a really interesting contrast. We contrast the challenges of the US in getting a package agreed versus the very significant and coordinated moves between fiscal and monetary policy that we are seeing from the UK. In addition to that, we saw a very significant package announced on Friday by the Chancellor supporting UK businesses and, more importantly, supporting the employees of UK businesses with something that I've never thought I would probably see, which would be the guarantee of 80% of the wages of individuals through this period of uncertainty, with a number of other measures supporting and reducing the tax burden that businesses will face. In addition to that, I think speaking about the coordinated approach, it's worth just noting the discussions that are coming out of Europe and in particular from Germany, where there does seem to be real impetus behind putting significant financing behind a number of the proposals to support the German economy. This would be a big step change for Germany, given historically their reluctance to move forward, and indeed their constitution prevents them moving forward with significant fiscal stimulus. So that's something that compares and contrasts sharply with what's happening both in the UK, what's happening in Europe, but what we're seeing in the US. Again, going back to something we've touched on in the past, the importance of clear communication from politicians and central bankers at this point in time. That's happening in Europe, happening in the UK. We're not seeing that in the US as yet. I think the other thing that's worth just mentioning this morning is some of the reports in the press where the FCA are suggesting to companies that they should defer the release of their results such that they can have a clear assessment of what the impact of COVID-19 is in those businesses. I've got mixed feelings about that. One, I can see why that may be appropriate. But on the other side of that, the market needs to have constant information and constant up-to-date information on how companies are performing and the impact of this, such that an appropriate valuation can be struck for those businesses. More of that in the days and weeks to come. Hopefully you found that useful. I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Thank you.